morning, everybody. This was a very unplanned video. The tow truck here in front of me, the flatbed, just committed an act of road rage, not against me, against a car that was in front of me. Now I'm in front of it. But anyway, he flipped him off. Let's see if we can get a name real quick. Gotta watch out for this car. Alright, I think I got it on camera. Al's Auto or something like that. So don't get from Al's Auto. But anyway, there was a car in front of me. And yeah, they were hogging the left-hand lane, but he flipped them off, went into the turning lane, which is, of course, not a passing lane, and passed him in it. So, really not a great move. But he did it. And it was very aggressively done as well. So, not the greatest move. But what I was going to say was, as a motorcyclist, I really wish I had the camera on, but as a motorcyclist, I identify this man's anger. I can see him yelling before he even flipped the car off. And you know, you don't know, sometimes people are talking on the phone, hands-free, and they're just excited. But sometimes you can tell, and I could just tell this guy was like a little bit agitated. And he was also like on the bumper of the car in front of him. And then he throws his hand out the window and flips the car off. And I'm like, okay, well, he's obviously mad. So I just backed right up, and he made his moves and went on about our lives. But you know, as a motorcycle, it's like he's now making an incredibly stupid move. Yeah, that sucks, but there's nothing I'm going to do about it. And why the heck would I put myself in a situation where if he does crash, which is very possible because how stupid of a move it is, I don't want to get hit by the debris. I mean, I was actually probably too close as it was, and I was pretty far away, but I would have been slamming on the brakes if he did crash. You know, a good little learning point. And I was probably the distance away I am to this red car from him. So I had pretty good room, but if somebody's going to cut sideways and crash in front of you, even that distance gets eaten up pretty quick. So, you know, if there's one thing I've learned, there's a company on YouTube, or a channel on YouTube called Active Self-Protection. First of all, this guy is doing an amazing job of documenting or really breaking down different like fights that happen, you know, on security cameras and in public, and self-defense scenarios and police interactions, stuff like that. I feel like they're pretty objective about calling out whoever's at fault and discussing lessons learned, stuff like that. But anyway, if there's one thing that will really get you in life when you least expect it, is road rage. It's a very real thing. It happens way more than people might think. And you know, driving's a high intensity environment, and in certain areas it's practically a sport. And when your body's on edge like that, driving, you know, it can create anger, because you know, your natural reaction sometimes in an intense moment is anger and not compassion and understanding. And listen, people also make boneheaded freaking moves on the road. Obviously, I get that, especially as somebody on a motorcycle. Freaking ticks me off too. And I've, you know, never had like road rage, but I mean, I've yelled at people and flipped people off. I mean, who hasn't, right? Like, let's be honest. But you really, really, really should try not to. It's just not best practice. You never know who's, you know, got a freaking illegal firearm and is willing to use it against you just because you disrespected them by flipping them off or yelling at them or whatever. Run their car into you, especially on a bike, but this also goes for if you're in a car, obviously. So, you know, yeah, it's definitely, biting your tongue is never fun in life, but it could also save your life and keep you out of a really stupid, ridiculous confrontation that does not need to happen, because that's never a good thing. Yeah, it's turned into a random PSA about road rage. I'm also chilling in this guy's blind spot casually. I'm gonna draw back a little. He's actually cruising pretty good. Yeah, man, I don't know. I've noticed post, I mean, I guess forever, but maybe a little more post like COVID times, people are just like on edge. I've seen more like stupid moves out on the road. I don't know why. I mean, that's, you know what? That's not have no evidence to support that, but in general, there are a lot of people who are just hair trigger on edge at any given time. Also, a ton of people who are not. I mean, the vast majority are not, to be clear. But it takes a vocal minority to perceive itself as a majority, right? We see that in a lot of different facets of life. So, there's something to consider there. Anyway, it's a shorter video, but I saw that event happen to me on the road. Figured I'd talk a little bit about road rage. So, thanks for watching. God bless America, and I will catch you on the next one. Bumpy road.